Welcome to Ice Cream Monday, a podcast where we talk about one of the things we like best in the world, ice cream. Each Monday, we taste a flavor of ice cream and tell you what we like about it. My name is Delaney Pryor, and here with me is my husband, Noah Pryor. Noah, are you ready to start screaming?
I don't think I've ever been more ready to start screaming.
We should probably explain what we mean by this. We've assigned new definitions to the verb screaming. And specifically, we've taken off the G. I don't know why, but it just sounds better to say screaming. It just sounds more fun. But basically, it just means anything pertaining to eating or talking about ice cream, which is what we're going to do here today. We're going to do both of those things. I also think it can be an adjective, basically meaning really good. You know, like you try some ice cream, it's really good, and you're like, this is screaming, you know? So I just think it works in so many ways. So that's how we're going to be starting our episodes. Noah, what flavor do we have today?
Our flavor for today in this very first episode is Southern Blackberry Cobbler by Bluebell.
None other.
Their description for it is the following. Creamy ice cream with a luscious blackberry flavor combined with flaky pie crust pieces and a blackberry sauce swirl. Their flavor first hit the shelves on Monday, June 4th, 2018. It was immediately deemed a seasonal flavor due to the fresh blackberries required for every batch. But unlike many of Bluebell's flavors, this one has stood the test of time. Its return every summer is celebrated by both the ice cream company and its fans, and I have to say, I don't think we could have picked a better flavor to kick this whole thing off.
I mean, we already had it in our fridge because we just get it, whether we're making a podcast or not.
True.
But so it is still seasonal, like it's only in the summer, but like it didn't just happen for one summer, is what
Correct.
You mean. Okay,
yes.
cool.
It's
because we can only
every
find
summer
it.
since 2018.
Right. And we didn't find it all the way back then. I don't know, it was like maybe 3 summers ago that we found it.
2019.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't remember.
It's been
a while.
It was still a pretty new thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because this is how I don't know if we would be doing this podcast if it wasn't for this flavor.
That's very true. Because I had Bluebell maybe once or twice before, but it wasn't this kind. It was the mint chocolate chip, which is really good. I'm sure we'll one day do an episode about it. But that was the only Bluebell I think I had ever had. And then we at one point were at my parents' house and having Tillamook ice cream, and I looked up to make sure I remembered the flavor. It was called Marionberry Pie. And I'm sure, we'll be talking about Tillamook in the future, definitely. But the Marionberry pie flavor we thought was super good. It was very similar. I'm looking at the description right now. It says rich vanilla ice cream with pie crust pieces and ripe Oregon Marionberries. And so very similar idea. Obviously they're, fundamentally different brands and,
right.
berries in the flavor, but we thought it was so good. So we looked for it at the store by ourselves one day and we noticed a Bluebell flavor that was so similar. We were like, oh, we should also try that. And that's pretty much how we got into it.
Yep. And we never looked back.
Never.
It was not, I personally, I'd say your family was more into ice cream than my family was.
Yeah.
Where you all seem to, ever since I met you guys, you always had some kind of ice cream in your freezer.
Yeah.
That wasn't really the way that my family lived. And I had never really I had never been super adventurous with my ice cream flavors. So this was like kind of a new thing for me. But I have never looked back.
Yeah, you've settled into the role nicely.
Yes. Now it's safe to say we now as a married couple always have ice cream in our freezer.
Always. Multiple flavors usually.
Yeah. Because we'll get too excited about a flavor we see.
Yeah.
And we have to get it.
We do.
Yeah.
Should we do a taste test?
I think we have to. This is an ice cream podcast after all.
So we have a scoop of our flavor here. Gotta get a little bit of everything in your bite, okay?
Southern Blackberry Cobbler. Let's describe it real quick. It's like, it looks like white chocolate. It's like the color of like white chocolate normally. And then it has like this beautiful like
ribbon of
like
purple.
Like, it's like lavender almost or something.
Yeah.
And then of course it has probably what makes this flavor like really stand out. Little crumbly bits
of cobbler crust or whatever it is.
Cobbler crust.
Cobbler topping? I don't know what it is.
All throughout it. And yeah. Let's try it.
Yeah. I will say, it got a little weirdly frozen lately, but doesn't ruin it at all. The texture is kind of off at the moment, but...
Still, even with the texture being off, because this has been in our fridge for a little while, it is still texturally superior to other flavors.
To other brands, you mean? Because like Bluebell, most of the textures are basically the same. When it comes to like the texture of the ice cream itself, obviously the toppings kind of
but I tell you what,
vary
though,
a little bit.
That's the thing. I actually kind of like it a little frozen.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, no. No, I think like this is one of the few flavors that I actually like. I think I prefer it like a little extra frozen.
Oh,
if that makes sense. The way that this flavor, like specifically the like blackberry ribbon throughout it, it kind of like crystallizes in a very pleasant way. And also and those cobbler bits don't really change.
Yeah, they don't.
And so it's like, I don't know, even though, yeah, I agree with you. It's like, it's nice to have like a fresh batch of ice cream. And now that we're doing this podcast, we'll definitely be doing it with fresh ice cream all the time. But we just needed to get this started, and we already had it in our freezer.
Yeah, no, it was so perfect. It was really good timing. I will say, I think that one of the reasons why the flavor is so good is because it's just got like the perfect amount of things going on. You've got a very good... Did you say the base is cream flavored? Like sweet, or is it vanilla flavored base?
It says creamy ice cream.
Okay.
So
it's white. I don't know if it's vanilla or if it's a cream flavor.
Yeah.
But you got that, which is, I guess you could call it, basic. But then the pie bits are like a little bit crumbly and buttery. And then you've got the berries, which are slightly tart. And so it's just the perfect combination, I think. Like, how can you go wrong? Yeah.
The ice cream, it really is. It's kind of just like adding whipped cream to a pie.
Totally.
It is not the actual ice cream of this flavor is not the hero. It's like, it is a supporting character, a necessary supporting character.
Yeah.
But it is just, it adds more like, it adds substance to, but you're not thinking, when you put that in your mouth, you're not tasting anything but the blackberry, and that's really, but it's like, it's really good. Like, it's not like, I don't know, no, the word is escaping me right now.
Overpowering?
No. The different types of like very fruity ice cream.
Like sherbet or something?
There we go. It's not like sherbet at all. Where it's just like, because I personally like sherbet, but that's like it's like a strong fruity flavor. And this is like the creaminess of the like ice cream that they have in there just really like levels it out.
Yeah.
And it just gives you these like pops of blackberry flavor that are really just kind of a part of the whole just beautiful ice cream package.
Like, it's a whole package for sure.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, Delaney, you are a fan of Reddit. And,
I'm a fan. Yeah.
And
I've only recently discovered Reddit in my adult life.
And I am aware that you have potentially gone out to see what other people have said about this flavor.
Yeah.
And I would be very curious to see what they think as well.
Yeah. So if you want to go to a fairly unhinged portion of the internet, you can go to Reddit and read about almost anything. Like, people just have stuff to say and they're saying it. So I was thinking, I bet people are talking about Bluebell, of course, and any other brands of ice cream. But specifically this flavor, I thought maybe people have said something. And this is a podcast segment that we came up with called Cold Takes. And in this segment, we are taking hot takes about the flavor that we're talking about from Reddit right now. But obviously this is an ice cream podcast, so we're calling them Cold Takes. And I'm just proud of that, okay? I just am. I thought of that in like 2 seconds the other day.
Yes.
So I'm pretty proud. And okay, so on Reddit, the first thing that I typed in, and I'm not a professional Reddit reader. I'm just, I don't know. I don't even have the app. I'm a casual, you know? But the first thing I found, I'm having fun. The first thing I found was a post simply titled, Southern Blackberry Cobbler has returned. You know, pretty enthusiastic, right? And the picture is just what looks like a screenshot of a Facebook post by Bluebell announcing that the flavor is back, right? Notably, this post has no comments. So I was like, oh no, if this is the first thing we're finding, like, is nobody talking about it? So I had to do some more digging. So I found a thread where somebody had posted the question, favorite Bluebell flavor? And then a bunch of people reply. So I was like, oh, I wonder if it's on anyone's list. So starting off with not terribly cold takes, you know, we've got some positive ones. Somebody put this flavor in their top 5, saying, just such a great flavor. That was their comment. Someone else in the same thread said that it is Bluebell's second best flavor.
Wow.
Which is pretty high marks.
What's their first best?
I think they put their first best as chocolate covered strawberry, which we've never had, or I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was temporary. I don't know. I think this post was from 4 months ago though. So like could be, or well, hold on. Yeah, no, it was from 4 months ago.
Wow.
Okay. Also notably, Cohen Thompson, the YouTuber, TikToker, etc., who does a lot of Bluebell ice cream content, put this in A tier on his tier list.
Oh, there you go.
So somebody was talking about that. And then we get to some colder takes. This is one of the first that I found. 2 years ago, someone said, I've been looking for Bluebell Blackberry Cobbler ice cream for a year now, and I finally found some. What a disappointment. It tastes like perfume.
Oh, perfume.
Yeah. So that's obviously really not great. Like, first of all, what kind of perfume are you used to?
Right.
Like, does it smell like ice cream or like blackberries or what?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess it is a very like. No,
it is very like plant oriented, I guess. But it doesn't taste floral.
No.
Which is what I associate with perfume.
It does have an interesting smell if you just smell it.
Yeah, but who's smelling ice cream?
I don't know. I'm trying to understand this.
I know. This also, thankfully, has no comments, so I'm hoping that means that nobody really cared about what they said. Okay, because it does not matter to me. This person, you know, I don't need to talk to you. Okay, so then the other really weird comment that I found about this flavor came in a thread where somebody had told people, this was only 13 days ago. They said, if you have Winco Foods where you live, half-gallon tubs of Bluebell are $3.49 right now for some crazy reason right now. They said right now twice. They have tons of fun flavors too. And then they did like a screenshot of a few of the cool flavors. So people are pretty enthusiastic in the comments and they're just really, you know, they're like, cool, I'm going to go check it out kind of stuff. Yeah. Then somebody who, from their handle on Reddit, I can only really assume that their name is Lily, says this: I really do not like the Southern Blackberry Cobbler at all. That's what I'm currently eating on. And sadly enough, I have a whole gallon to myself. and it's not, quote, growing on me at all. And then they did like a colon, like parentheses, which is, the frowning one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of that.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, Lily, sadly enough, you have a whole gallon to yourself. Like, first world problem, but also, like, where do you live? Because, like, I will drive over and take it from you.
Also,
if it's such a burden.
Also, these come in half-gallon pints. Half-gallon, not half-gallon pints.
Half-gallon tubs.
Half-gallon tubs. So, either she's mistaken, or she bought 2 of them. She bought 2 whole... bought 2 tubs. I didn't even... Before knowing if she liked it. I didn't
realize that. Yeah, she said I have a whole gallon to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does that? Goes and buys, like, I'm going to buy 2 tubs of the same one.
I mean, realistically, she probably means a half gallon. She probably means she has a whole container, which is only a half gallon. But you're right. Yeah. It's funnier to think of it that she bought 2. But, like, I don't know, like, do you want to mail it to me with dry ice or something? Because, like, I will take it off your hands.
Yeah.
That's about as deep as I went on on Reddit.
Oh, yeah. Those are some good cold takes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're pretty cold.
Yeah, they're pretty cold. For sure. Yeah. No, this flavor, I don't know. This flavor really does... I imagine I'm pretty biased on it too, because again, we have like this like emotional like sentiment surrounding it, where it was like it truly is like our first like ice cream
obsession. It's the first thing that we knew we needed to buy again and again and again. I think.
Yeah.
We have since tried many other Bluebell flavors, and you specifically have picked a lot more that you like better than this one.
Yes. Since then. But this one will always hold a special place in my heart. Yeah. And it's like we've shared it so much with other people too.
Yeah.
It's like this one, I feel like we've brought this to the most like events,
Yeah, we're the bring ice cream to the family event people for sure.
Yeah.
Because we need to spread the love,
Yes.
We feel compelled to do so.
Yes, people just don't know.
They don't know.
And we have taken it upon ourselves to know.
Yeah.
We know. But now we're letting all of you know too.
That's right.
That's the whole thing.
And if people want to get this flavor, you got to act fast, because it is only in the summer. I'm not sure when that cutoff is, but
it has to do with...
It's not going to last forever.
Yeah, when I was doing my research, it really has to do with the blackberries. And I think that honestly is what makes this flavor different than like say like a sherbet or something like that, with like very strong blackberry flavor, is because it's, I'm sure there's, stuff in there to enhance the flavor. Yeah. However, I really do think that the fresh blackberries that they're talking about are very real in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that really does make a big difference, having like the actual fruit in there.
Yeah.
They are like, congealed down into like sort of a...
They're made into a sauce, right? Isn't that what the description said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is... Yeah. It's such a good flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think we can probably start to wrap this one up. But as we do, we want everyone listening to be able to sort of follow along if you want to. And starting now, you will know about whatever flavor we're going to eat next time at the end of every podcast.
Yeah.
So, Delaney, what ice cream are we eating next time?
All right. We are going to Tillamook, one of our other favorite ice cream brands. And you'll find out why.
So unique.
So unique. It's really good. Yeah. And the flavor that we are choosing is called Campfire Peanut Butter Cup. We literally just saw this on the shelf like a few days ago, and
we haven't tried it yet.
Haven't tried it. So we don't know. It could be terrible, but it probably won't.
We're kind of hopping back and forth. Like, this was their like very first ice cream that we went into, like stepping into this world.
Yeah.
And now we're doing one that we've never tasted
tried
before.
Yeah. Because we've got a backlog of other flavors that we know we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But I believe this is what Tillamook calls like a limited edition flavor. Yes. So we knew if we wanted to try it and also make a podcast about it, we would have to get to it pretty quickly. Because it's probably just for the summer as well, I would assume.
Come on. Guys, this ice cream, without giving too much away, Tillamook has done stuff like cookie dough and sugar cookie ice cream, which has cookie dough or sugar cookie like chunks in it. But they actually find some way to like make the ice cream itself.
Like the base. The
base of it. So like cookie dough, their cookie dough ice cream is like cookie dough flavored all the way through. And it almost has the texture. It's crazy. But this is marshmallow, toasted marshmallow. Flavored ice cream with then peanut butter stuff in there. And I'm not much of a marshmallow guy, but you gotta try that, right?
Of course.
It's gotta,
I've never seen that before.
I have never seen that before. I'm so looking forward to it.
Me too.
But that's next time. For now, you can support this podcast and our ice cream budget at patreon.com/ice cream pod. That's ice cream pod. And you can follow us on Instagram at ice cream pod for pictures of all the ice cream we're going to eat. Keep screaming, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.